Okay, let's take a look at some of the really interesting things that you can do with brushes in Adobe Photoshop. And here I'm using Adobe Photoshop CS3. And by using the CS versions, you can add your own brushes. And you can pick up some of these really interesting types of brushes on the internet. Just do a Google search and you can come up with some really cool brushes that you can add to your program. And I just want to show you some of the ways. There are just so many different things you can do, and I'm going to show you an example or two of the things that I do quite a bit. So let's just actually start with an image that I photographed for my wife's eBay listings. It's a picture of some earrings. And the first thing we're going to do is come over here and we're going to create a layer, a new layer. Click on that, and then we're going to come over here, and for that new layer we're going to add a layer mask. Click on that, and then we're going to make sure that we have the layer thumbnail selected, and then we're going to fill this image now with white. We want to make sure that your foreground color is white. So we have white now as being a foreground color, as you can see. So let's go to Edit, Fill. Like I said, it says here foreground color, so I never change this. I'll just change my color on the palette. Click OK, and now we have it filled with white. Let's go click on the layer mask thumbnail. And then we're going to make sure, because now we're going to start painting with a brush. And now, because we want this to make sure that we see it, we have to make sure that your foreground color is black. You can use shortcuts. Like I said, I use a lot of shortcuts. The letter X will actually bring this back and forth. So we're going to have black as your foreground color. And let's choose a brush. For this one here, I actually I did one of them using a brush called Plastic Wrap. So we're going to come over here, and of course you could increase or reduce the size of your brush by the bracket keys on your keyboard. And I have it set at an opacity of 100% as well. So let's just start brushing. You could slide it around a little bit. Okay, let's stop right there for now. I know you're thinking that's no big deal, but let's just choose another brush, because who says you have to stay with one brush? Why can't you change? And I'm going to choose another brush that I got off the internet. This is called Texture. Click on that. Again, I'm using the bracket key to enlarge the size of the brush. And we're just going to add in the detail of the flowered earrings here. This kind of adds like a nice little texture to it. So there you have it. Now that's one way that you can do that. Now you can flatten this. And who says you have to stop there though? Let's just do something else and add another brush. Let's just make it a little bit exciting. We're going to choose a different type of brush. Like let's say you want to add something cool to this. I'm going to choose a butterfly brush that I got. Okay, and we want to make sure we choose the correct foreground color. So I'm just going to choose a color from the earrings. I'm going to take my eyedropper tool and sort of like a pinkish flesh color. And then we're going to click on B, so it brings back the brushes, and we have the butterfly brush up now. And again, using your bracket keys, you can enlarge and reduce the butterfly. And also, you can get different effects by dragging the butterfly, just clicking it once, dragging it just a little. And again, you can reduce the size. Let's make one a little larger, a little smaller. Come over here. Okay, and there it is. So that's a combination of using actually three different types of brushes. And I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.